Back to the Big Ten, where we got the Iowa Hawkeyes. They finished 9-7, third in the Big Ten. Here was my preseason pick for national champion. Um, Kind of a letdown. I really had high hopes for Iowa. I think they ran into a buzzsaw that was the Big Ten. They never really got their footing going in the first half of the season, and they weren't able to dig their way out. Still a good team, though. I think they have a lot of talent. One thing I think they even um, or started to talk about early in the season was their lack of DBs. I know their depth was really bad at that position, and so it wasn't surprising that they went for two cornerbacks, actually a cornerback and a free safety, in the first two rounds of the 2024 draft. First round at pick 18, they took Dennis Hellwig. Um, Here's a guy that was a little bit surprising to see his name go off the board this early, just because um, he's lacking a fundamental skill that you look for in defensive players, and that's tackling. You saw a lot of these similar type of players fall to the second round just because people were a little bit nervous to take a low tackle guy in the first round. But he makes up for it in a lot of other attributes like speed. He's 87 speed, good acceleration, really good strength, discipline, very smart, all high 80s. His tackle is only 14 with a future of 28. Run defense 69, so that puts him a little bit better than some of the other low tackle guys. He's got a little bit of run defense at least. He's off the charts in man coverage, so he's going to be a really good cover corner. Going to be in the mold of a Deion Sanders type of guy that doesn't like to get his nose into the run game, but is very good in coverage. Unfortunately, he's lacking bump and run coverage, which is pretty key with this new code. Actually, both of these players that they drafted lack that skill. You are able to get by without it if you're able to have some good players to cover and you call plays that allow for it. I know with my Notre Dame team, I had pretty much almost all my DBs didn't have bump and run. Maybe one did, and I was able to overcome it. Give up some plays here and there, but if you call the right defenses, you can make up for it. And so I think Hellwig is one of the better cover corners in this whole draft. He just doesn't have the tackle skills, and that's probably why he fell all the way down to 18. And he could have even fell further. To be honest, I didn't know where he was going to see his name. Um, and in the second round, they took a guy I really liked. I had this guy on my board, Ryan Bass. Um, Very good player. Uh, a lot of similarities to Hellwig. You can kind of see how Iowa's building similar type players. This guy's a little bit better tackler though. He's got 64, but he's got good speed, 84, um, and he's really good man cover guy in the 80s. Um, Not the best zone, which is similar to Hellwig, and his bump and run is really bad. So you're looking at two similar players. Um, I could see Bass end up being the better player just because he has the better tackling, and he could end up being a number one or number two type corner, whereas Hellwig might always be just a cover corner, maybe a nickel or dime type of guy. Just depends. Maybe they use him and just see what he does. But two good players, two good cover guys with speed. You add them to the Big Ten. A lot of these good passing teams, like Michigan, you need to have these cover guys, and so I think they did well addressing this need in this draft. Sloth went ahead and gave him a B, whereas I thought they did a little bit better. I gave him a B plus because I love DBs, and anytime you can get two guys with this kind of caliber, I think you're doing well in a draft. And both of them have low vol, so he's not going to have to worry as much when training camp comes along. But I think Iowa did a pretty good job. Um, Hopefully they can get it going next year and get back into contention.